Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, I've always said that fishing stories are really the sort of the heart of memories. And I want to tell you a fishing story that was told to me this week that I find profound. And it was told to me by my buddy Rust, who fishes a lot. We don't get to fish a lot together because of different schedules, but he fishes a lot with his friend Melissa, and they recently went to the Deer River to fish for muskies. And he said they were going up and they came to this pool, and they looked up in the pool and they saw this huge, what appeared to be a fish, jump in the middle of the pool. And then up it came again, and with it came this head out of the water. And he said it wasn't a fish at all. It was a giant beaver. So he said, we started in the pool. We thought, well, the muskies are used to beavers living with them, so it probably isn't going to ruin the pool. And they started to go up into the center of the pool where they had seen the beaver. And the beaver had started to swim in the other direction before they began. But somehow, or I shouldn't say somehow, of course, it became aware that they were coming into the pool. And Russ said it turned in the water. And it turned 180 degrees, and it started back towards them. And it was coming faster. And he said, Melissa, my God, that beaver's coming after us. And I'm serious in this. Rust was so animate in telling me this story. And he says they turned the canoe around. He said, paddle fast, it's coming, it's coming. And this raging beaver was after them. Now, I know. I'm destroying every bit of credibility I could possibly have in giving you a fishing report. But this was the heart of their day. They got the other side of the pool. The beaver sort of stopped and looked at them, and it turned around and went back where it was the king of the water. Nobody was going to invade its space. It was going to protect what it thought was his or hers. I don't know. And I remember a long time ago telling you a report about one of the sports shows that I did in New England. And this guy that had spent his life trapping came up to me, and we got talking, and I said, how big will a beaver grow? And he said, well, back in the day, now he said, recently it's not to this extent, but he said back in the day, they would grow over 100 pounds. And I thought, this is preposterous. But this guy was a grizzled old trapper that spent his life in the woods. He said the biggest one that he ever had was about 75 pounds. But he said that he has seen them bigger. And so when you get an animal that big with a ferocious nature, and that, I'm not saying all beavers have a ferocious nature, but obviously this one did. And what prompted this to me was a year ago or last, I forget when it was, but I was telling you when I was wading my favorite pond. And there was a section that there was a beaver hut. And every time I'd come near there, that beaver would come out and it'd start splashing terribly around. It was really upset that I was there. And I wondered, how upset could it get? If I'm wading near there, would it swim underwater and come up? Because I asked this trapper, would a beaver bite into something, into a person? He said yes. So the mystique goes on. And the fishing story I am telling you isn't about the muskies they caught. What stands out that day was what they saw and experienced along the way. And in this case, it was a rogue beaver. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.